What's up, associates, and welcome back to the Anime Association. But it's a special occasion because we're talking about games. Because the Anime Association isn't just anime, it's all things nerds. We're all nerds, we're all weebs. Forbes might be a dweeb, but it still has weeb in it. Matter of fact, I'm joined with Forbes, another member of the association,
Yo, what's good, everybody?
and have a very special guest, Jay from Retro Pioneers. How are y'all doing today?
Doing good, man. Appreciate you having me on, man.
Oh man, I appreciate you
Definitely,
coming
definitely.
on. I know you got a busy schedule.
Yeah.
So within for the docket for the day, we got some Kingdom Hearts news. We've also got some Fortnite AI voice news going on. And also we're going to be talking about AAA versus indie games pretty much with Expedition 33 just taking off. But we're going to go on ahead and start with Kingdom Hearts. Now, Kingdom Hearts Missing Link was supposed to be an in between for 3 and 4 that they ended up canning because they said that they couldn't figure out a way to make it fun for a long period of time. I guess it was supposed to be constantly updating because you could make your own character run around. They were going to add in like real world places. I'm not too sure if it was supposed to be like a Pokemon Go type of thing. But that's pretty much what it was supposed to like, kind of sounding like with like a baroque type of feel to it.
I think you
I'm
can add
not.
your own backgrounds to it. I think because I
Yeah,
seen a lot back in the day. Like they had like somebody in Tokyo, like just basically had a picture of a building where they were at, and you're just basically playing it in that. Basically, my was saying.
yeah. So that's the thing. Did y'all hear about the missing link cancellation or anything about missing link before the cancellation?
Yeah. I had heard about the missing link cancellation, but it was just I didn't know if I didn't know the reason why they canceled it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it was due to good reasons. Either they was pushing it back or working some kinks and stuff with it, but they completely canceled it.
Yeah, yeah. They pushed. I think they pushed it back at first, and then they
hmm
canceled it altogether. And I wonder. That makes me wonder if because they ended up doing some Kingdom Heart 4 leaks. They leaked them themselves, like some screenshots. So I wonder
Mm-hmm.
if they're going to bring some of that stuff over to the actual main game because this is supposed to be a link between 3 and 4. They're
Yeah.
going to have to do something to explain it, maybe a prologue in the game itself, because you can see these
Yeah.
are some of the leaks here. They're putting in a lot of work for this game.
Yeah. But it's like it sounds like they just don't want to put too much effort into it, and then people don't want to play it anymore. I guess what's the word I'm looking for? That they do with a lot of games. To where they update it like every like month or so. I
What,
can't
the
think of the
beta
name of it.
testing?
No. It's not that. It's like how they had Suicide Squad. It's a certain name that they use for these type of games to where they'll update them like every single month
Uh,
for the
I
fans basically. I
I
can't think
know
of the name of it.
I know
What's that
what you're
word?
talking about, but yeah, I'm not too sure if they have a very specific
So
name on it. Yeah.
so what I'm thinking is they're going to they're banking all their big bucks on the main game, right?
Yeah.
So instead of dropping missing links, I think they're just going to add it as an expansion to the
Okay.
main game to make it. They probably so they probably ran into a situation with the publisher, and the
Mm-hmm.
publisher probably didn't want them to just drop I guess a prologue game
Yeah.
or something like that, or something that feel like a DLC. So why
Hmm.
not just add it to the main game and make it a DLC? Let's get more
Yeah.
money out of
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I found interesting was that it wasn't even supposed to be. It was going to be handheld, but it was going to be mobile. It wasn't going to be like a Switch game or something. It was going to be Android and iOS. So I
it.
really wonder if they were actually weighed out their options of how many people are actually going to play this game on iOS, because I know a lot of the complaints for 3 was in between 1, 2, and then 3, there were about 8 to 9
Yeah,
games for the DS and the Advance that nobody played. Nobody knew anything that was going on with 3 unless you did like a timeline
yeah,
fresh up or whatever before it dropped. So I'm wondering if that's something that they weighed into account while.
bro, definitely. Because just like you just said, bro, like when I got the Kingdom Hearts 3, like, bro, I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, yo, like they said, oh, you know what? You had to go back and you had to play the PSP version. I'm like, bro, what? PSP hasn't been out in years, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
Yo,
Like, you gotta go back and play this, yo. I'm like, bro, come on, dog.
I want to say Kingdom Hearts is the loss of
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I was
they doing a
dedicated,
whole lot
bro.
of nothing.
Yeah, bro.
And
I
it's
was
and like
dedicated.
some games will be literally just for like one scene, and that's the only thing they're referring to. It's like, oh yeah, there's this one scene where Roxas skips a rock across the water, and you see Xemnas, and you're like, bro, why couldn't they just put that into a cutscene in 3 for that? Why do I
Yeah,
have to play a boring game? Like, I
like
don't
this scene
know.
refers to something that happened in the PSP game. The,
Yeah.
the PSP game, bro. Like what? Like, come on, man. Like I'm used to just getting everything all at one time, and I was definitely a big fan of Kingdom Hearts, bro. I literally skipped school because I had it on reserve to go get it and play the first one, bro. Like I was in 11th grade, I had animation class and everything. I skipped all of that. Went to, bro. It wasn't even GameStop then. It was Funko Land, bro.
Yeah,
Like, dog, I put my junk on reserve. Skip school and
yo,
everything, bro. I was dedicated to this. And then once we got to the newer ones, I was like, bro, I don't know what's going on, bro.
yeah. Especially for them to re-release the side games for it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but they releasing it at a high ass price.
What?
Like
Yeah,
for you to
$70, I think, or
yeah,
something like that.
like
Oh,
I'm
you
like,
for
talking
bro.
for
about
like
like the
12 games.
remixes? You talking about like the
Yeah.
1.5
Yeah.
and 2.8? Yeah, yeah. I actually got those. I got them. I think really right before 3 released, but I
Mm,
didn't want to do all that gameplay
Bro, it was a
of
lot.
older games at that time. I was in that phase where like I'm trying to get back into games, but I don't want to play the older games because those mechanics are kind of way different than the newer mechanics and stuff. Uh, but one thing I can say is they're definitely taking their time with the graphics in there. And now I'm hoping it's not a 12-year wait period between 3 and 4.
yeah.
3, they already disappointed me not making it the Keyblade Wars. But one thing that I found interesting about the leaks is it looks like you can play as Mickey in the top right corner. It looks like you're playing as Mickey on the chandelier. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the first of something like this within a Kingdom Hearts game. Do y'all think y'all gonna be able to play as Mickey more throughout it, or you think it's gonna be like
Nah,
a one and
nah.
done
Bro.
library type of thing?
You probably gonna be able to play with all of them, like
Yeah.
all the side characters, but it's just to the point it's gonna be for a brief
Mm-hmm.
second because something probably gonna happen where the main protagonist is gonna just vanish or something, and you're gonna have to play as the other side characters just for a little while, not too long,
Yeah.
because you got to think about it. For you to play a long time as Mickey, that's going to require a lot of money and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
effort and development. So they're
Yeah,
only going to give us probably about 15 minutes of gameplay for this man. Like,
I
yeah.
see him at the beginning probably like you probably start off as Mickey or something.
yeah,
I could see that like this scene that we're seeing now, it could be literally like the opening credit scene where you're playing as Mickey and then you're gonna go through a door and then title screen, right? The Kingdom
Yup.
Hearts title screen going. I could see something like that coming up. Is there
I want to
anything
be
that
villain.
y'all are expecting from Kingdom Hearts before we move on, or y'all just going to try and wait and see what they present with this one?
hopefully, it comes finished.
Yeah.
That's my main problem with new games. They don't come finished, and we
Yeah.
pay all this money and have to wait for them to send us, updates for us to even be able to complete
DLCs,
a
all that.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, I don't mind about DLCs, but it's just to the point where don't make it where we have to spend our money up front.
just to
You know what
finish
I'm
the
saying?
game, get the whole
Yeah.
story. Let us play the whole story, and then like Ghost of Tsushima, they let you play the whole story. Then they introduce the DLC that gave you like side missions, or
It's a
even
perfect game right
or
there.
even remake,
Yeah, yeah.
like 7 remake, right?
Mhm.
You could get the whole story. Okay, then they did the DLC of Intragrade that gave you Yuffie's story. You don't have to play Yuffie's story though. Like that's a complete side thing. So
Mhm.
like you said, Jay, I'm perfectly fine with DLCs, but don't force me to get it. As long, especially if it's not a living game like something like Destiny or
Mm-hmm.
Warframe or a game like that. If it's not a living game, then I shouldn't have to spend 70 $80.
Yeah.
6 months later, another $40.
Exactly.
Yeah. I kind of want Mickey to be the antagonist.
Yeah, you wishing too hard, brother.
Yeah.
Like,
If
ain't no
anything,
way. Look, ain't
Make
no
him,
way in hell
they
Disney
gonna
gonna
make
let
him
that
evil.
happen.
Yeah, you can't make Mickey evil.
nah,
Like, at least make the black and white Mickey or something.
I really think what they're going to do, the villain, since we got Xehanort out the way now,
Mm-hmm.
is the villain is going to probably be Maleficent and Pistol Pete. I think
Yeah.
those are going to end up being the villains because if you, not to go too far, this is going to end up being a Kingdom Hearts stream if we do the whole timeline. It's Maleficent actually is a time traveler. So if she can travel through time, she can travel through dimensions because I believe this is going to take place in like real world, or like it's supposed to take place in a video game, but the video game is more real world than what the Kingdom Hearts world is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I wonder if they're going to make Maleficent the final antagonist for this next saga or whatever. But while we're talking about games being ridiculously overpriced for these high title games, we have something that's been really shattering expectations out of nowhere. This game literally dropped out of nowhere from what I've seen. I didn't see any trailers
Mm-mm.
for it
I've been waiting on it.
whatsoever. But Expedition 33, I believe in the first month it sold 2 million or something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
First day is so 500.
yeah, 500K first day, first week or something like that. And this is just it's starting to raise up the questions of, do we need to grab these more larger AAA titles, or can we go more indie and still get the same game experience, if not better? Because if you're taking a look at some of these screenshots, they compare to AAA games, and it's a turn-based game. So are we getting better stuff from indie and and stuff like that than what we are from larger titles?
So I'm gonna say this. All right, I'm a big believer in indie companies to the point where you got some indie companies who limited to what they can do,
Mm-hmm.
far as like developing a significant game where it can be on par with a AAA game, but it's just to the point where you know this, like you said, this came out of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
and that's actually pretty good because it's like once people start seeing that, uh, okay, we dropping a game that kind of looked like Final Fantasy in a way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's turn based. Who doesn't like a turn based game, especially when it's done right? So it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, we need more of this, basically.
Yeah, I think so too, especially since we're getting the same quality of game for a cheaper price. Because games like Expedition or Lies of P or even Helldivers, they're cheaper than what we're getting paying for like a Final Fantasy, a Kingdom Hearts, or like even I'll even put like Call of Duty, even though I know these are totally different genres, right? But it still falls within that we're
Yeah.
getting the same experience, if not better, from cheaper and less known. And I know Forbes, he every time I get on Discord is saying he's playing this damn game. So I know.
I just beat it this morning, bro. I'm going on my second run on this jump, bro.
I ain't beat it yet, but I'm still playing it.
Bro, I'm on
So
my second. I'm about to go on my second run.
So would you say, like, if you would compare this to, I know it'd be unfair to compare it to Final Fantasy, but would you say you're getting the
Nah.
same type of fun from it, like the same experience from it?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You definitely are. But to put it, I would compare it more to like more of like uh, Souls type game because that's the genre it's in.
Yep.
So since the Souls games
Elden Ring.
like Elden Ring and all them are like AAA games and everything, bro, I get the same type of story, the same type of gameplay, basically the same game mechanics, everything. Graphics wise, yeah, it's really on par with it, and I really feel like the AA companies they're more hungry, you know what I'm saying, to show people what they can do. So they're gonna give us that AAA feel, basically. Like on the other hand, you got AAA companies, they already know they about to get the money regardless. They just put a title out there, okay, we know how to get their attention. Let's tell them we're doing a remake of an old game, boom, and just give it to them and just bang it out with DLCs type stuff. Like I really feel like the AAA companies really just want to cash grab while the AA companies want to give us the, you know what I'm saying, our old nostalgia feel, you might well say.
I'm gonna go off of what you just said, right?
Mm-hmm.
One thing I noticed about playing an indie game that on par with a AAA game, they are finished.
Yes. No glitches and nothing, bro. Like you
Like
good to go.
when I play Lies of P, bro, I did not. I, me personally, I did not see any type of glitches or problems
Bro, I
with
got
that
nothing.
game. Only my only downfall with the game was it was kind of to the point where it's like everywhere. You
Yeah.
know, you fighting these different puppets, but it's like it's really too much not explain of what these puppets are.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can easily
Yeah.
miss dialogue within this game if you're not
Mm-hmm.
just glued to the screen reading every subtitle. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? But it's not saying it's not a good game. It's a great game, but it's just certain things I can see that's still kind of like indie. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this still an indie game, so I
Yeah.
can't really just, you know, hit them over the head because they did
Mm-hmm.
something wrong in this department. So yeah.
Yeah, they're still working out the kinks, but I think I think what Forbes said also hit it on the nail on its head is they still have that hunger. Like they still have that hunger, and they're not necessarily they're pressed to make money. Don't get me wrong, or at least to break even on it. But
Yeah.
they're not as pressed as having 100 investors put into the game that's constantly breathing down their back to where we got Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was trash when it first came out, and I know a lot of that
Man.
had to do with more so on the investor side of things, wanting
Yeah.
to get their money back. And when they got their money back, that's when they were like, okay, we're going to spruce it up and fix it. With these more smaller companies, the more indie and even the AA titles, uh, they're still trying to get that position in the industry to where they can, so they can't really make too many missteps. Like Jay said, you might see something where it's like there's a little too much going on in a certain section here or there, or like they could have tightened up certain mechanics a little bit, but you still get it better than what it might have even been throughout, you know, a AAA game might have been, because you might shoot even Final Fantasy when it first came out, the rendering on certain areas would go pitch black,
Yeah.
straight
Yeah.
pitch black, like you couldn't see anything, or then it would just be like sun beaming in your eye, and you're like, bro, I'm still having fun, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's true, man.
You know what I'm saying? And then we got stuff like Helldivers 2, which I think I played it. I didn't really enjoy it that much, but I think this shows that something like Call of Duty really has to start doing something a little bit more
Yeah.
fresh. And not even just Call of Duty, but even Destiny or just the Bungie apparatus in it of itself, because Marathon's even about to flop.
See, something I noticed though about like Activision and Sludge Hammer and stuff like that, their their tactics are we already got our fan base, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
These motherfuckers loyal. we can make it to the point where your character could be a kangaroo, man, and
Yep.
people still gonna buy it. So it's like,
Give him a new skin. Give him a new skin.
yeah, if they looking at it as if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
Yeah,
They
and
don't.
you
Yeah,
well, there's something I'm not. I should have grabbed a. I just seen it right before I was coming up here. Apparently, there was a leak from the Bungie executives that said they stopped doing certain things in like Trials of Osiris and Crucible and stuff because they were afraid it was going to take away from the microtransactions.
damn.
Oh wow, bro.
So like certain armor sets that were really dope that you could get from like Iron Banner and
Yeah,
trials and stuff like that, they took away because they
man.
didn't want people to
Yeah,
not spend like $10 on silver to buy it from the Ever
Bro,
shop.
trust and believe, bro. I know a lot of people that was buying. So I'm like, bro, you don't have to buy that stuff, bro. You just go in and just actually grind and get it.
Shit,
yeah.
He was like,
I
I
would
don't feel
buy
like
stuff.
doing it, man. I don't feel like doing it. I'm like, bro, what's the purpose of playing it then, man?
Look,
Look, were you a gamer who ain't got money like that? You ain't
yeah.
trying to
Bro,
buy
what?
shit like that, bro.
We on there at 6 in the morning, man. We like,
Yo,
I gotta go to work, bro.
See, I
Tripping.
would buy stuff if I missed the event and it came back around in the shop, right? Because you
yeah.
can't do the event again and it'd be like, well, shit, this came out in that year break I took from the game, but I really
Mm-hmm.
like this cowboy hat. I'm about to buy this cowboy hat. But I
Nah, that's how it be though. Like,
I
bro.
mean, yo, so
Look, no cap though. If they made the Trials of Osiris armor available, I probably would have bought it because I'm never going in there playing the Trials of Osiris with nobody again, bro. Those some tryhards, bro. Like
man,
literally, bro.
it's
All right,
straight
bro.
sweaty. And
What?
that I think that's another thing about like at least hell divers, right? Is that it's people are actually having fun in the game because it's meant to have like they talk about they're spreading democracy to planets filled with bugs, right? So yeah, you have sweaties in the game, but nobody really takes it that serious that
Mm-mm.
I've ran into. But yet, if you get into like a COD lobby or even a like a trials lobby or something like
man,
that,
you gonna give up.
bro,
Bro, bro, what?
and
I
people
only made
don't care
the house
about
one
like the
time.
equipment you have in like hell divers and something like Destiny. They'll be like, oh, you want to run a raid? Do you have this one special item that you could only get
Yo,
on the summer
that
solstice of
that is the
2017?
main reason why I gave up on that game, bro.
Bro. 6 hours of
The
raid
metas,
though?
right? The metas are crazy.
Look, don't start it with a squad, and that
Yeah.
squad get up more than you. They're gonna just kick you out of the squad because hey, look, you
Yeah.
ain't putting in the work.
Well, you
So
got that one person that just rage quit. And
Look,
then everybody rage quit right afterwards. You like, oh, come on, bro.
look.
You gotta
When I
find a whole new
played,
squad.
the one or two times I played Helldivers, right, it gave me actual D1 vibes because you could just join anybody and nobody would care. And that in the
Mm-hmm.
first Destiny, you could join anybody's fire team and be like, "Yo, I've never ran this raid before. Oh well, shit, we're about to run it. We'll carry you through it. All right, I don't be mad if I die 100 times. Oh man, we're probably going to die 99 times. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like, and then D2 came out and you just joined in and you're like, huh, you don't have the Galahorn, bro. The Galahorn's not even in the game yet. What are you doing?
like, damn, bro, you tripping?
Bro.
Oh man, but y'all got anything else y'all want to add to the big developers versus indie discussion that's been going on?
Now my only thing, man, is indie companies keep doing your thing, bro. Keep
They all right.
keep keep starving like you're never gonna get your last meal, man.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Even when y'all blow up, still be hungry. Don't eat a damn
Ah,
thing.
you know, I want to be real with you, Tim. I believe these motherfuckers gonna switch up when they get
You think
big.
you
Look,
think they gonna
look,
switch up on us, man?
them people that made them
that
people
when
that
that
made
money
Expedition
come in, bro,
33, look,
that's it.
the people that made Expedition 33, trust and believe. They about to DLC the hell out that game. I'm
Yeah,
telling you what.
I
he
mean,
about to
shoot.
switch up real quick.
If they gave Expedition 33 a finished game and they do DLC adding missions like Elden Ring is doing, right? I wouldn't be upset at that. But if they came out with another game and the shit was just like not as good and they had a higher budget, then yeah, it's like nah, y'all don't deserve the big fan base anymore. At least give
Exactly.
us 3 good games before you sell out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
um,
In this case, you can be like Bungie when it came down to the first Halo, and they gave
yeah,
us 2 good games,
Yeah.
and
yeah,
did they set sail? Because Microsoft was being greedy and stuff like that. But now look at them;
yeah.
they even greedier. So it's like, what can you do, bro?
That's because Bungie started jumping. When they left Microsoft. Then they went to Activision. No, they were solo, I think, at first for a little bit.
Yeah,
When Destiny 1
Mm-hmm.
came out, they were solo. Then Activision picked them up, and Activision made everything microtransactions.
yep,
Everything
Yeah.
was, and then that's when like we got like the Trials of
Studio.
Osiris and Warframe DLCs, where it was literally like 3 hours of gameplay, and that's all you got for $30. Like, bro, I'm
Yeah.
spending $10 an hour. I'm not paying somebody to do labor, bro. I'm having fun. What are we doing right
Warframe
now?
started all the microtransactions, man. I used to hear about people paying like $80 a day for that job. I'm like, bro, what are you doing,
See,
dog?
the
Like,
the difference with Warframes though is Warframe's a free game, so
yeah,
it's like a gotcha game, right? It's a free game. It's like you don't have to pay to play. Destiny, you literally have to pay if you want to keep playing the game. So if I'm paying you money, and then they left Activision, went solo. They did a banger, Forsaken, everything, and now they're under Sony, and they just keep on getting greedy people in their company ruining it. So
you gotta
hopefully
make
they
profit.
fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they fix it, but I
be your
doubt it.
own publisher.
Yep.
Yeah, they need to go back to being their own publisher. They're a big enough name; they can do it. Uh,
Fact.
but talking about all that other stuff, Fortnite doing AI. Yeah, yeah. I know. Force seen this. You seen this, Jay? You,
Nah.
yeah. So
Bruh.
so they have James Earl Jones AI Darth Vader, and he'll actually talk back to you. Like there's
He'll answer
actually
anything,
videos of
bro.
people like being like, "Spell like, do you want to see perfection?" And he's like, "Perfection. Even the Dark Lord can admit there's no such thing." And it's
It's a
like,
distraction to the force, bro. He literally will ask, like, anything you ask him, he will literally answer it for you. Like,
Oh man.
he's like Chat GBT, you might well say, but it's just Darth Vader, bro.
yeah,
So they taking Earl Jones
Yeah,
lightness
yeah.
and just making it whatever they want to make it.
Well,
Well,
so
he
so the
actually
thing is,
technically, yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead.
go. He signed off for his voice to be used for Darth Vader
Yeah.
to Disney, so Disney signed off on it. But a lot of the controversy, there's two controversial things. At one point in time, they were making him say like inappropriate things that they ended up hot patching, right?
Yeah.
And then now, SAG-AFTRA is suing Epic for it, talking about it going against union or something like that. But I'm not trying to get into union talk and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But that's pretty much what's going on right now. So it is a a sanctioned thing from his estate as well, not just Disney, but his estate okayed it as well. So
Yeah.
really, my question is, what do y'all think about doing stuff like this? Not even necessarily like for everything, but like little special event type things, like just a single character you can interact
So
with.
I got 2 things, right? One, I'm gonna start off with the good. The good is keeping his legacy alive. You know what I'm saying? As far as
Mm-hmm.
him being a part of the franchise, because who will want to hear another, you know,
Yeah, it's
vocal
impossible. Yeah,
part from Earl Jones on a Star Wars, either show or movie or a game or anime, or if it
Yeah,
ever happens. But it's dope that he can continue his legacy on the game. But what I don't like about it is like what you just mentioned. They can make him really just say anything,
yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
they can like kind of mess up his character in a way.
yeah, yeah. Because there are some people that I think one thing to keep in mind is a lot of people that play Fortnite are kids. Like they're my son's age, 8 years old, younger, older, or whatever. So there's a lot of people. This might be their first interaction with him, and he might say something unhinged, and they're like, I don't.
Yeah,
Like they don't know
yeah,
how to act with it, but
yeah,
the whole time that's not who his character really is.
yeah.
Yo,
But it really goes off of what you ask him though. Just like
yeah,
how it is with chat GBT type stuff. Like he has his own type of like dialogue he has for you, which he sticks to like the Star Wars like franchise. I would say it's strictly Star Wars franchise. Now it gets sideways when people start asking stuff or saying things like, "Yeah, have you ever heard of big booty Latinas or something?" And he'll
See,
say something like that.
but
Yeah,
see, that's where I was going with
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, somebody gonna get creative
They did, bro. They
and
have, bro.
make a video and post it on TikTok or
Bro,
YouTube
They
Shorts
already have.
of
I'll
him
send you
they
some
saying
of
other
have,
them.
stuff.
bro. Bro,
See,
it's a whole epidemic of it, bro. It's crazy work, bro. Like I sent Tim probably in a matter of like 3 days. I probably sent him like almost like 10 videos, like no cap, bro. Like there's a
Yeah,
lot of them out there, especially the Dragon Ball Z
damn.
ones. It's hilarious, bro.
yeah,
Cause he be
but
talking to Goku like he his son.
nah,
It's
there was one.
hilarious.
They was like, "Who's your favorite Pokemon?" And he's like,
He said,
this
Bulbasaur.
thing called Pocket Monsters. I do not understand the concept of it." And like they would kept on pushing the question. He's like, "Well, if I have to choose, then I guess I will go with the Zubat because he is devastatingly effective." And it's
"Yup." Right, they was asking him stuff about his past. That look, if,
Yo,
if Disney went ahead and actually let him say this, he basically said the sequels aren't canon and they're an annoyance and they're basically a distraction. That's his word every time. He says it's a distraction. I don't want to hear about none of this stuff, bro.
oh
So
wow.
yeah, so he literally will answer anything you want to say you say to him. But if you get on his nerves enough, he'll start attacking you though.
See,
That's the funny part though.
see, and they gonna turn this man into a problem, bro.
Bro, they
Like,
definitely look. They definitely asked
he's
him about the kids though. They asked him about how you feel about kids, bro. Like, what do you mean? Tells him, bro, we literally saw you murder some kids type stuff. He's like, that never happened. I did it for the dark
they
side type
wasn't
stuff.
kids, they were Jedi's.
Yeah, bro. Bro, he kept on asking him the question. He said, enough with these questions. He said, I feel like I feel like you're really no need in my squad. And then he
Yo,
start killing him, bro. I'm like, dang, bro.
yeah, they don't. Oh no, bro. I mean, regardless of anything, we can rather like it or not. AI is
Yeah.
where it's
yeah,
at,
it's
where
here to
it's going
stay.
to always be. But I don't like the fact that his estate signed off on it
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I think that was like okay, well, he's gone. We need money, to continue this
Mm-hmm.
Well,
lifestyle.
I think he signed his voice off for stuff just like
Mm,
this, like actual licensed
Yeah.
material and stuff. So I think for the most part, as long as it's done like this, I would say for the most part, Darth Vader in this was done very ethically for something from like a big company, right?
yeah,
Because they could have just had somebody come in and mimic his voice, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we all know there's only one James Earl Jones, but there are other people that can hit that baritone and do it just like him, but we would know it's not him, right? So
yeah,
it
Mm-hmm.
would just be mimicry at that point in time. But I think like something like this, it's done ethically, and this is like when we talk about AI and stuff, it's all about doing it ethically, and I think
yeah,
this is like the right way to utilize AI. Now, I'm not saying like okay, we get like a Expedition 33 Part 2 and every character is now AI. No, that's wrong, right? Because what my thing is, this is a limited time event, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and it's supposed to be interactive. You can't just have, if it's supposed to be interactive like this, you can't just have a million people on standby with a microphone ready to answer
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody in a
Yeah. Yeah.
lobby, right?
Yeah.
Like you just can't do that. So this is like cool. This is cool AI right here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's done well.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
They did
yeah.
this with a lot of games though. Like, not saying like you could fully ask them like anything type stuff, but if it's like go off of like your actions in the game, like something that like a decision that you made type stuff earlier in the game, and it reads up on that. The AI will read up on that and will make dialogue just for that type of stuff. Yeah, I can see that, but just randomly on hand, like you talk to a regular person, like, "Hey, yo, bro, like, where can I get this type of milkshake from?" Type stuff. Oh yeah, you can get it from so and so. Let me go look the address up for you right fast. Because he literally would do that too, right there. Like he would literally tell you that stuff.
No, I haven't seen that. I haven't
Like
seen those
people are
videos.
actually like talking to him like he's Chat GBT, bro. And that's basically the same type of engine that they're using
Yeah,
for that
I
Darth
think they
Vader.
are using open AI. I might
Yeah.
be wrong, but I think they are using an open AI type
Oh
of
no, it definitely is. It
yeah.
definitely is because anything he at like they ask, he has an answer for it, bro. Like it's not no, you know what I'm saying, repeating type stuff. Like, okay, well, come on, let's continue the mission. Like, all right, man, come on, let's continue the mission. No, he literally will go into deep detail
Yeah,
and
I
tell you the stuff.
think like the conversation aspect of it is cool and fun. And as long
Yeah,
as they keep it, you know, just for like limited time events and don't start replacing voice actors and stuff then. But
that's the thing right
it's
there.
also a slippery slope at the
Yeah.
end of the day, right? It's a very slippery slope. But with that, I need y'all to go down below and let us know what y'all think about the AI, Kingdom Hearts, and just anything else that we talked about in this conversation, what you agree with, what we may have missed, what you think you might want to see us talk about next time. And also, while you down there, go on ahead and click that like, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all things Anime Association. Once again, I was your host, Kyle Tim, times 10. Peace.